Time now for sports on 104.7 The Cave. Here's Ned Reynolds.
Mike, the intern, Ned Reynolds, in the studio. It's Thursday. Now that we've crossed the All-Star break, the next obstacle for Major League Baseball will be the trade deadline. I don't really see the Royals going for anyone, but both teams could use some better pitchers. What do you think?
Well, interestingly enough, the Royals did make a deal. It's not a big one. No. It's players you probably never heard of before, but the Royals and the Houston Astros hooked up in a minor pitchers deal yesterday. I say minor because the kid who's coming to Kansas City has pitched in the major leagues, but the Astros designated him for reassignment, which means sayonara, buddy. Anyway, the Royals are picking up Nate Pearson from the Houston Astros, a guy who has pitched periodically for the Blue Jays and for the Cubs as well as the Astros. He has an overall major league record of 10-6. He's coming to the Royals. The Royals are sending a young guy named Max Martin to Houston. Now, who is Max Martin? Well, he is not pitched above single A ball, low A and high A. Martin's a kid out of UC Irvine. He's an anteater. That's what their nickname is out there. And he is more a reliever than he is a starter. Anyway, Houston feels they can make this deal and get something out of him. So that deal has been made. I really think the Cardinals will do something, especially with Dustin May. I can't see him fitting into their picture. He is in their rotation, no question about that. He's one of the regulars in the pitching rotation, but he is 5-7 on the year with an almost 5-point ERA, and he is a free agent at the end of the year. Cardinals don't figure to sign him, and I really feel like they want something for their money, so I do think he gets dealt, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
We will see what happens, and is there any word on the LeBron James saga? Has he landed anywhere yet?
The most ridiculous thing I've seen, and the media is making a big deal out of it because the media has nothing else to concentrate on. This is absurd. LeBron is a free agent. Now, he is LeBron James. He's a GOAT. He's one of the very best players ever. And he's 41 years old and wants to play for a championship-level team. Well, LeBron, who doesn't? I mean, even in our business, you want to be with the number one, don't you? Of course. Well, in his case, he can make a choice because there are teams that are vying for him. Money is not the objective. LeBron has more money than he could ever spend in a lifetime. So he is making his choices, and no, he has not. It looks, though, from all the indication, like the Miami Heat might be the team with whom he ends up. But, hey, it's time to end this. There are other things to concentrate on. Come on, let's grow up and be big people, okay?
Let's also do like the old mob guys would do, is when you get close to retirement, head down to Miami and stay there. And I think that's what LeBron's going to be doing sooner than later. You got your big old dusty book of facts in here, so where are we going today?
50th anniversary, and this occurred before you were born, so you wouldn't be familiar with it, but I'll set the stage for you here. 50th anniversary of the College All-Star Football Game. Okay, what was the College All-Star Football Game? Well, it was right up until 1976. It was the way the NFL started their exhibition season. Back then, there were 6 exhibition games. This one not included because the other team did not play the first exhibition as such. Anyway, the All-Star Game was at Soldier Field, Chicago. It was a benefit for the Chicago Tribune charities, and it took 45 to 50 of the Associated Press College All-Stars from the year before. They all were seniors, all going to NFL camps. And they would get together under the guidance of Otto Graham, one of the great pro football quarterbacks, get together, and they would play the Super Bowl champs. That's the way it worked. So before the Super Bowl, it was the NFL champs who the college all-stars played. And they would regularly draw crowds of 85,000, 90,000 because it was a charity. Well, those crowds began to dwindle, and the NFL owners began to, hey, look, you're taking some of our star players here. They could get injured in this thing.
Risk.
What is this? Anyway, it kept on going. 1976, 50 years ago today. It's the All-Stars against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Terry Bradshaw and Lynn Swann and all of them are out there. And the score is 24-0 late in the third period. And here comes one of those huge Chicago thunderstorms off of Lake Michigan, right over top of Soldier Field. Dumped about, maybe 1.5 or 2 feet of water on it, lightning all over. And Pete Rozelle who was in his office in New York. The referee's called, what are we going to do? The fans are on the field. Cancel it. Stop it. The game's over. It's a 24-0 Steelers win, out. And then a month later, the owners got together and said, this is it. We're not going to have this college all-star game anymore. It is over. It is history. 50 years ago today, it all came to an end.
It's crazy that like I've been saying since the basketball documentary, it's so crazy because you look at what the league and the players did up until a certain point, and now they won't even let them play basketball. Like just as a pickup game, like you can't do it. You can't. You're contractually obligated not to touch it. Cardinals barely avoid that sweep in the West Coast.
It was, you're right, barest of minimums, 1-0. Cardinals won the game over the Los Angeles Angels 1-0 and avoided getting swept. I really thought, Mike, that this would be in reverse, that if some team was going to win and avoid a sweep, it would be Los Angeles coming away and the Cardinals going out and sweeping this team, because they're not very good. The Angels are just not a good team. They're dead last in the American League West. But instead, it was the Cardinals looking to avoid the sweep, and they did. The one run, a J.J. Weatherholt home run. The pitching of Hunter Dobbins was pretty doggone good. This is interesting. Dobbins, of course, came over from the Boston Red Sox, but the Angels apparently did not have a book on him, and Dobbins was able to get through their lineup. The Angels are an interesting team. They're not a very good team, but they do have some sluggers on that ball club, and that's their hitting approach. Going up there, free swinging. My goodness sake, they're hitting home runs, or think they are, every time at bat. No base hits, nothing like that. Hit the home runs. Well, they didn't yesterday. 1-0, the Cardinals get the win, and the Cardinals will play here, but in St. Louis on Thursday afternoon.
We've got Royals sweeping the Giants.
They
Love
did
that.
indeed. Royals scored all 5 runs in the 7th inning on their way to a 5-4 victory. They did hold off San Francisco. San Francisco, like the Los Angeles Angels, they're not very good, and teams are beating up on them. In this case, Lane Thomas and Salvi Perez had 2 RBIs apiece, and Seth Lugo gets the win, and that's big for the Royals. Lugo is not a kid. He's been around baseball for a long time now, and the Royals have gotten some great years out of him, but this may be somewhere along the line, perhaps his swan song. I don't know. Maybe they'll bring him back next year. We'll see. But 5-4, Kansas City gets the win, and while the Royals aren't going anywhere, they certainly are playing the role of spoilers. Springfield Cardinals belted hard by the Northwest Arkansas Naturals 9-4. The Naturals win the game down in Springdale, and the Springbirds are now 3 games below 500 for the entire season, their aggregate record.
Speaking of spoilers, the Orioles spoiled the Red Sox winning streak.
Well, they did in a sense. It was one of these, in my opinion, ridiculous day-night doubleheaders that the teams are playing now instead of consecutive. But the day game, the Red Sox win 6-3. 15 straight victories for Boston. 15 straight. Well, this is Major League Baseball now. This is not going to last forever, and it didn't. 3 hours later, when they played the second game, the Orioles came back and won it 5-1. So it ends at 15 straight wins for the Boston Red Sox before a loss comes into the play. But the fact of the matter remains, the Red Sox have now gotten themselves right back into the hunt. They're playing good baseball. Whether or not they can be consistent now for the rest of the season and keep on winning, that remains to be seen. But 15 straight wins, that says it all.
We're starting to really pay attention to what these teams can do, Ned. Have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow.